The Bowler, guys, has always been one of the best defensive cards inside of Clash Royale. And this season, after all the nerfs in the game, it has been even better recently with 20 people using him inside of the top 200, which is 10%, honestly quite a lot for a 5 elixir card. You can see he's currently 3rd in the world and 4th in the world inside of Graveyard Freeze, and then he's also very good inside of E-Giant, even some people running him in recruits, as well as RG and Giant decks. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be playing a few matches with him. I'm first going to play him inside of Graveyard Freeze, and then I'm going to play him inside of E-Giant as well, because it's two decks, in my opinion, that are very fun to play, in my opinion. And the Bowler, guys, has always been a very underrated card, I feel like, in this game. What do I mean by underrated? Well, I would say, guys, a lot of pro players and top ladder players in this game know how good the Bowler is, but I feel like there's a lot of mid-ladder players that don't realize the true strength of the Bowler. Mid-ladder players, casuals, of course, you know, they think things like the Wizard is annoying, E-Barbs, or the Valkyrie. Speak of the devil. I mean, we're against the Valkyrie right now. Every, mid-ladder players always seems to complain about those cards, but the Bowler, guys, so solid on defense and just gets so much value for 5 elixir with the amount of health that he ends up having. He survives pretty much all the spells in the game, can't just be rocketed away, and then that pushback he has with the Boulder goes absolutely crazy in a lot of scenarios as well. And this guy is really lucky that I don't have my Inferno Dragon cycle. Luckily, we do got the Bowler ready to go now, and we can just go in for an Inferno Drag here, and I'm hoping that we are able to defend this. I think we should be able to. He does go in for the Zap here, so we're going to need to get Zappies going and take a little bit of damage from the Bandit, but honestly, not that bad. So we're against Pack of Bridge Spam here, and actually, interestingly enough, while we're yapping about the Bowler, this actually does happen to be a matchup where the Bowler should get us a lot of value, more likely than not, because, of course, of the fact that, did that Wizard take enough health or damage? I mean, I think we could actually get the King activated. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say it did not take enough damage. So sure enough, we get the King activated, which is actually going to be great in this type of matchup, obviously, because, well, I mean, he's got things like the, well, had I known he was going to P.E.K.K.A in the back like that again, I probably would have just gone for my Golden Knight in the other lane instead of right into the P.E.K.K.A. So that's pretty annoying, but what are you going to do, Anyway, we'll cycle a Bowler here. And then if he decides to go opposite lane, we are going to have to get an Executioner going. Because we do got the Evo Exy, it should hopefully be alright. So I would say let's just go in for Inferno Drag here, and then we'll get an Executioner going. I forgot he had the Valkyrie. Why does he have Valkyrie inside of a P.E.K.K.A deck? It's just very odd, honestly. He goes in for the Zap, but look at that. Inferno Drag is just going to melt that, which is incredible. And then I'd say let's go for a Graveyard here, and then maybe we get a Golden Knight going as well. Of course, he's got a Mother Witch. That's really annoying. We're going for a Freeze here, and hopefully we can still, yeah, we are going to end up getting a lot of damage still, which is great. And we're going for Zappies here. We're going to need our Bowler ready for this on the right lane. He goes in for arrows. Does he get, yeah, he does get a Zap going, but because he just committed so much elixir, I'm kind of tempted to just take the damage and maybe get another Graveyard going, because if we do this, going for a Golden Knight and then Freeze, because obviously he's going to go in for a Mother Witch, but if we get the Freeze going, we could probably kind of get away with him, well, going in for the Mother Witch, and sure enough, if we can get a Golden Knight dash going here, ooh, if we somehow were able to get it on top of the Wizard, that would have been crazy, but that probably would have been too much to ask for. Executioner lineup over there, and the Zappies are getting a ton of value once again. We're just going to get a Boulder going last second. Okay, well, Bowler technically, but it spawns boulders, so you get the idea. And if he goes in for an E-Wiz, then we probably want to get our Inferno Drag going opposite lane. I think that's kind of the game plan right now. This Evo Inferno Drag, if we could get a lot of value out of it, it would be really good, of course. I don't know if he's going to... Okay, let's just go in for an Inferno Drag here and kind of see what he wants to do. He'll probably go in for a Wizard if I had to guess, right? Oh, wait, we just went in for the Battle Ram. Okay, I'm confused what this guy's doing. I'm not going to lie. Okay, he's just, yeah, going to go in for the E-Wiz there. I guess we could split the Zappies now. We probably want to be a little bit passive. We need to be careful for sure. I don't know what that P.E.K.K.A was. That definitely felt like a mistake. I don't know why he did that. I mean, it is going to take out the Executioner. Wow, why did he just go in for arrows? Okay, we got to go Golden Knight Graveyard here. That was a pretty questionable play by him for sure. Going for the Freeze here on top of the Mother Witch, and we're actually going to end up getting a lot of value from the Graveyard, even though he did go Mother Witch. Golden Knight is going to dash on the tower. Really solid stuff over there. And look at the Bowler. Does it? Oh my gosh, if that got one more lineup on the tower would have pretty much been game. But still, okay, this bowler, oh my gosh, got a lot of value there. Golden Knight going for the dash, bang, bang, bang. Maybe an Inferno Drag over here. The Evo P.E.K.K.A is going kind of crazy. Gotta be careful. I thought that P.E.K.K.A was going to attack for a second. I was really worried. Really nice bowler, and because he just went in, oop, I was so close to going in for a graveyard, but we got to defend. Now we can do it, and we should be fine. Yeah, nice. Really good defense over there. We're just going for a freeze, and this should definitely be game, more likely than not, unless something absolutely crazy happens. NATO doesn't take it, though, but he's not going to be able to break through, and that is going to be a wrap. Really nice win over here. Bowler basically was the MVP of that match, no joke. I genuinely think that if I didn't have him, we probably would have lost that game. Alright, here we go, guys. In our second game, I'm going to play a match now with Electro Giant Bowler. I feel like the Bowler, the reason why it goes so well with the E-Giant is the utility is just really solid because you have a good tool for defending, and then also on offense, it actually pairs very, very well with the Electro Giant too, especially the Tornado. That's why you often see the Bowler in Tornado decks, and this guy's using the Chef, even though the Chef got nerfed, so hopefully this doesn't end up being too difficult. I kind of want to wait for him, but because I'm recording, I'm just going to make the first play. Otherwise, I would probably just wait, but I don't really care. It's like early season, so whatever. And he's running Golem. I mean, we could low-key just play into the Golem. I feel like it's not that bad of a play, especially because we already cycled a Bowler, and we also have a Cajun cycle, so I'm fairly confident we're going to be able to defend this Golem without a major issue. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I just doubt he's going to be able to support it a ton, especially without a pump down or something like that in single elixir. He's got, what is this guy running? He's got Mirror, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Like, what is even happening? The Bowler actually ended up resetting, so the Vines kind of helped me. Strangely enough, him going Vines there kind of helped, and 2 level 16 mini P.E.K.K.A s. That's a scary sight, but we managed to defend it. Okay, wow. So, like, what the heck is this guy's deck? I mean, the Golem and mini P.E.K.K.A makes sense, but the fact that he has Mirror is so bizarre. I went for the Barbell because I knew it was going to force something out of him. Otherwise, he would have taken so much damage. So he is going to have a Furnace. Kind of a strange deck by him. Very questionable mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't know why he did that. That was a strange play. It basically just gave my Bowler value because now the Bowler's going to defend all of that. And because of the fact that he just went in for the mini P.E.K.K.A, we could definitely go in for an E-Giant here. He might just mirror the mini P.E.K.K.A, but even if he does do that, I still think this is a solid play. And yeah, sure enough, he is going to go for the mini P.E.K.K.A, and we got guards to distract it. It's going to kill the mini P.E.K.K.A, and pretty much that's most likely going to be game here unless something crazy happens, because that's almost going to take his whole tower. And even if it doesn't take it, oh yeah, it's almost in lightning range already, so it's pretty much over unless we throw on defense. But we got the Evo Cajun cycle, so something tells me that we're going to be able to defend without a major issue. We'll just go E-Giant here at the bridge and see if he... Okay, we'll just lightning this. That should be able to, yeah, kill the Furnace. I couldn't remember for sure. I don't know why I thought for some reason the lightning doesn't kill the level 16 Furnace. It's pretty obvious it would be able to, because even a poison kills a Furnace, so just because it's one level higher, obviously a lightning's gonna... But I don't know, I wasn't thinking straight for some reason. Whenever something gets leveled up, I feel like it always causes you to... Wait, couldn't we get a long range... Oh, nah, we couldn't. I thought sometimes when you go in for the NATO and you have something like a Baby Drag, you can get it to, like, when the Baby Dragon belches or spits, you can get it to kind of get a long shot going, and that you commonly do see that with the NATO, but you probably got to have the timing right. But either way, guys, let's hop into one more game here with the Graveyard Freeze deck again. Just kind of swap back to what we were running game one. Why not? And we'll see if we can get another win. So maybe he's got 2.6 or some cycle deck because he does with skeletons. It could also be RG. It could be like, you know, a lot of different things. And yeah, I have no clue what this is. Skeletons, Furnace. My guess is Drill. Drill would make the most sense. Drill's actually in a decent spot, surprisingly, even though it did get nerfed. But he's actually got Hog. That might get a shot because I did have to cycle the Zappies first. Nice. I was so worried that Hog was going to die before it activated, but luckily it had barely enough health to get the activation. So he is going to have the Cannon. Cannon is going to be a somewhat decent building against the Graveyard, but I am happy that he's got the Furnace, because if he had the Firecracker, that would be really annoying. Like, Firecracker is so good against this deck because you don't have an effective way of taking it out. We could actually go Golden Knight here, and then because we have the Inferno Drag coming in, I'm actually going to go Graveyard. It could be a little annoying for him to deal with if he doesn't have the correct response, but he is going to have a... Wait, let's freeze this. I just realized this could be really hard for him to deal with. Yeah, look at that. He had to go Mighty Miner. It's just getting melted. Wow. Okay, that was really good because even though he defended, he had to commit so much. And what? How the heck did he get a... I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Someone just got 2 bar barrels down in the span of like 10 seconds. That's a crazy interaction. I don't know. Am I like weird for thinking that looks weird? He had like 2 bar barrels coming in. Like, I guess it's because one of them was frozen, so he was able to get back to another somehow, but that's still so bizarre. I feel like that's just like one of those interactions that you just never see inside of this game. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, he's got a Furnace coming in, E-Spirit, Hog in the other lane, so I guess we'll just NATO here. I mean, the Skeletons... Man, that was a horrible NATO. What am I doing? But anyway, I think as long as we don't play this horribly, we shouldn't have a super difficult time in this matchup. Get a nice little Golden Knight dash here, and then I guess we'll freeze. He is going to defend without too much trouble, but actually the Skeletons on the back end do end up... Okay, we forced that out of him, which is not bad. That's not that bad. We'll just split Zappies here, and then if he goes in for the Hog again, we'll have to make sure that we don't mess up the Tornado. I feel like if we stack a big push, he's going to have a really difficult time. And we actually do have the Evo Inferno Drag, which should be very valuable as well, because he doesn't really have a adequate reset to that. We'll just go Golden Knight here, and then get a Tornado going. Hopefully this time around that Hog isn't able to get a connection. Okay, we're going to go Zappies here. We need to get it to reset the Mighty Miner, hopefully. Inferno Drag, I think, should be charged up. Let's just go in for the freeze here. Ooh, we clip the E-Spirit. That's huge. That's huge. That Inferno Drag is coming in as well. It's just going to melt that. Bowler lines up on the tower, and just like that, we have a little bit of a lead, which is very good, because when you're running Graveyard Freeze, having a lead helps you out tremendously. And with the Zappies, there's no way that Hog gets a shot, right? Okay, good. I was going to say, if that got a connection, I would have been fuming, because there was, like, no way that deserved to get a shot with all that down. We haven't been using the Evo XE much. I think next time he goes Hog, I'm probably just going to use it. We're going for a Graveyard here. I don't know if he's going to go Hog or not. He might. Okay, I'm going to do it. I guess he's waiting. I thought he was going to do it once I went in, but he didn't. I think we'll just go in for a Golden Knight here. He's definitely going to Hog. Yep, there it is. So, perfect time to go in for the Evo XE. And we got to NATO this for sure. That should fully counter, I think. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I would have been annoyed if that didn't fully counter. We go Graveyard again here. And maybe we could end up getting a good Golden Knight dash. I don't know. Nah. Oh, but we do freeze the E-Spirit again, which is great. We're going for a Bowler here. And do I have to NATO? I don't want to overcommit. I think I'm going to allow it to get a connection. We'll go in for the Inferno Drag here. He might actually have to cycle an Earthquake on the tower. I wouldn't be surprised because... Oh, he just went in for a very interesting Hog there. It's going to get melted. He kind of had to do that Hog placement, I feel like, because he knew that he needed damage. We get a freeze going here, and if we get just a little bit of chip damage, I feel like we should be okay. He's forced to go in for an Earthquake defensively. 10 seconds remaining. I feel like we probably got it because he knows that... Yeah, nice. The Earthquake isn't going to do enough, especially if we NATO here.